Okay, so in this video, I'm going to teach you how to set up your fire suppression system. Okay, so the first thing that we will be doing is we are going to create pipe types. Okay, so let's create a pipe types here. So I'm going to look for families and then look for pipes. Okay, so just expand your pipes, and then to create a new pipe type, just right click the standard and then select duplicate. Okay, and then there's now the duplicate one, so just right click that and then rename it. So I will call it wet protection fire. Enter. Okay, so another way of creating a pipe type is by double clicking any of the pipe types here. So in my case, I'll just duplicate fire protection fire, wet protection fire. So just double click that, and then it will open up your type properties. So you can also use this to duplicate your pipe type. So just duplicate that, and then this time this will gonna be my dry protection fire. Okay, so just select OK and then OK. So now it's added here. So I have dry protection and then wet protection. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to configure the pipe settings. So just like your HVAC, your mechanical, you can also modify the pipe settings of your fire. Okay, so to do that, you can type MS to open up your mechanical settings, or you can also go to systems and then you can click the dialog launcher here, which is the mechanical settings. Just click that, and then there's your mechanical settings. And then from the pipe settings conversion, you just select here the system that you want to set up. So like for example, for me, I'm going to set up my fire protection wet. So I'm going to select this and then select here the pipe type that I created for wet. So just click the drop down, and then since that's a fire protection wet, so I'm going to select the wet protection. Okay, and then you also set up the middle elevation or the offset or the height of your pipe when you automatically create it, or if you want to automatically create it, you can set up the middle elevation or the offset height. Okay, so for this one, I'll just make it 9 feet 3 inches and then enter. Okay, and then same with my branch here. The main pipe, so that is the blue pipe, and then branch, that is your green. So every time you automatically created your pipe, so there's a color on the pipe. So it's blue and green. So if it is blue, that is a main pipe. If it is green, that's your branch pipe. All right, so for the branch pipe here, I'm gonna assign as well the protection wet, and then same height, 9 feet 3 inches. Okay, so my fire protection wet is already set up. So let me go to fire protection dry system. So select, so same setup. So just select dry 3. Okay, so dry 3. All right, and then I'll just select here OK. So that's it. We just set up the pipes, the pipe settings. So now the next thing that I'm going to do is let's create a space schedule for estimating our sprinklers. Okay, so on the next part, we're going to create a space schedule and find out the quantity of the sprinklers in the spaces. Okay, so let's go to our schedule. So let's look for schedules. So right click that and then select new schedule quantities. So just click that one. Okay, and then let's look for spaces. We're going to use the spaces. And then here, so this is the space schedule for fire protection. and then just select OK. Now for the fields, I'm going to select here the area. So I want to include the area. So just double click that. So it will now be added here on our scheduled fields. So area, what else? Level, double click, name, and number. Okay? So if you want to sort the order of your scheduled fields here, you can do that by using the tools here below. So like, for example, I want the number. So I select number to go up. I click that all the way up. And then let's say the name. So that's the name. And level as well. There you go. So number, name, level, area. Okay, and then also I want to create another parameter here. So I want to customize a parameter. So I'm going to select add calculated parameter. So I click that one. And then for the name, I'm going to call it sprinkler quantity. Okay, so sprinkler quantity minimum required. Okay, so and then I'll be doing a formula, and then this is a discipline, common discipline. Okay, and then the type here is number. Okay, so common type number, and then for the formula, so I want to select here the area over 130. Okay, so that means, okay, you can check the fire protection code. So for this formula, so the fire protection requires one sprinkler for every 130 square feet. Okay, so which is in metric, so this is the sprinkler required for every around 12 square meters. Okay, so that's the meaning of that formula. The sprinkler quantity minimum required. So that is the formula. So if I select it OK, it will now be added here on our scheduled fields. Now, the next thing that I'll be doing here is I'm going to filter that. I only want to filter the level 1. So I select here level that is equal to level 1. So I want to apply that to level 1 schedule. Okay, and then I also want to sort it. So sort it by, let's say, number. So I want to sort it by number, and then I want to specify the grand totals, title, count, and totals in my schedule. Okay, so another thing is I can also go to format. Okay, and then on my format, so I'm going to select the parameter that I created, and then I'm going to specify the field format here. So just click that. So in order for me to modify this, I'm going to uncheck user default settings. Okay, and then for the units, I want to modify it to fixed. And then the rounding here, so I want 2 decimal places. Okay, so that's the rounding. All right, and then what else? I'm going to select here OK. All right, and then here for the calculation, I want to calculate the total. So calculate totals, and then after that, I'm going to select here OK. There you go. So there's now my space schedule for my fire protection. Okay. So you can refer to the minimum number of sprinklers per space data as you place sprinklers in order to satisfy the design and code requirements. So although you rounded the data to 2 decimal places, you will want to round up all decimal up to the next whole number, of course. Okay? So basically, yeah, this is just some way of setting up your fire protection system. So a schedule in Revit Mep is not only a construction document, but also a design tool. So when you change the editable entries, okay, any editable entries, so for this one is not editable, but the number, as you can see, the number here is editable. You can change that. So as long as it's an editable entry, you are actually editing the information in a database of building information. So as a result, each change is dynamic and reflects throughout your project. So any changes that you made on your schedule, it will also apply to your whole building, to the 3D model, to the floor plan, okay, to the section and others. As long as it's an editable value here on our schedule. Okay, so basically this is some way to set up your fire suppression system or fire protection system by creating the pipe types. Okay, you can also create your pipe system, but in our case, it's already created. And then after that, setting up your mechanical settings, just a review. So this is what we did. So we set up the mechanical settings. Okay, and then also we created the space schedule. All right, so hopefully you learned something. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.